Welcome everyone to another weekly analysis of the markets by TeamLetsEatFx. I'm Shawn, Desert Viper FX, and one of the founders of Team Let's Eat. This week we'll be going over a few pairs that we're watching to see how they're setting up and lining up so we can take trades this week. Right now we're going to start off with USD JPY. Last week it hit our all-time high of a little over 129. It spiked above, also fell back down, and now it's making a corrective leg, I think, for a more bearish pull. Right now it's making us a bear flag. For more of a corrective structure to come back down to maybe the 125 level. So what we'll be looking for with the fib level, it came back already to 78.6, the top of this channel. Now it's falling. What we will be waiting for is a break of the bottom of the channel and this structure level. Break, retest, and drop back down to this area before we see it come back up. Of course, the markets can open however they want to. This is what we'll be looking for. 40 pip stop loss, 300 pip take profit. Keep it simple. This is our strategy. Rally, bearish confirmation, corrective leg for more bearish move. Once it gets right here to our support level, we'll make a decision and we'll watch exactly what happens. But this is what we're waiting on this week. Unless price decides to actually pull back up into the 78.6 level and then drop back down. If that happens, then we'll be looking to take a short from that area right there, which would be a better risk to reward ratio, way bigger win. So this would be almost a 400 pip take profit. So 1 to 10 is compared to 1.7.5. That's for UJ. Now, never count out a break above the 1.29 area and then back up. Never count that out, especially with how bullish USD has been lately. USD CHF, we're going to wait for some structure change of these zones in these areas before we do anything to it. USD CAD's the same thing. Once inflation news came out at the end of the week last week, all day Friday, Thursday and Friday was just a straight up. Now, it did break this structure area, so we might see a retest and a rally back up to this zone right here. As you can tell, we have a resistance area. Right here. So since it broke this structure of support right here, that actually turned into resistance right here. Now we wait for a retest of this level as support again and a bounce back up to this resistance level. So we'll set an alarm right here for USD CAD. So when it comes back into our zone, half of this candle, we can buy it back up to the 1.29700 area, right at 300 pips. And then we'll see what happens in this zone right here if we just reject again, or if we actually break above, retest it, and continue higher up. And this is actually a reversal. So we will see, because like I said, it hit this high, came down, now it's been in a straight across consolidation. GU, as you can tell, it drained on us Friday once they had the inflation news. So what we're going to wait on is we're going to wait for a retest of this level of the 1.3 thousand area before we resell again. We can, once structure changes right here, we can buy it up to this level so we can sell it back down. So we can actually buy GU once it breaks the 128,700 zone. For a good 1 to 3 risk reward. So we can sell it back down. For 280 pips. So we'll buy, then we'll sell. But once it breaks this zone. And of course, these zones right here are daily and horizontal and 4-hour support and resistance levels. So that's why I have these marked up. Support, support. So once it breaks above, we'll get in for the buy, the pullback to our support level right here that it broke last week. And with clear bearish rejection, we'll sell again. EU sitting at a strong yearly support right now. This whole level is a support level. If we look on the daily and we back out, massive zone right here of support. Spiked below, grabbed liquidity, and spiked up. So we'll definitely be paying attention to exactly what's going on with EU. Markets are just open, so it's actually rallying back up. What I personally want to see is for this imbalance right here to get filled before we resell again. So I would like to see price come up, then drop. If we have this zone of structure, small zone right here, so we'll be paying attention for a small pullback buy just like GU. Let's get 140 pips, take profit. So we can buy the pullback. Once it gets to this imbalance zone, we can sell. Because on the weekly and daily, we're trending down. We're on a steady downtrend. Like I said, this is a major support level at the 1.7750 area. So we're waiting for a pullback up into this zone before we resell again. So this is what I'm picturing on EU. We get 2 trades possibly this week. One of a 1.35 risk to reward ratio, and then this 1.9, it's a swing, so it might last for a week or two. Pull back this week, maybe at the end of this week to next, this will fall back down on us. NZD USD, waiting on a full pullback of this structure zone right here. We are in this trade from VIP group. And if we fib this level from this fall right here, it comes back down and it's right at the 61.8 level. Once we hit the 61.8 level right here, we will resell again 100%. Back down to this zone over here. So 330 pip take profit once it hits our area. And that's what we're looking for on NU. We're looking for a retracement, just like AU and GU, for it to drop again. Structure level-wise and fib level-wise is showing us this is exactly what's going to happen for the continuous down on NU. AU broke below. I'm waiting for the same thing on AU. Finish this one off. Pull back, drained at the end of the week. I'm waiting for this level of structure to get retested. We will call this the golden zone of our fib. So once this gets retested, we will be looking for a sell back down to fill this imbalance right here. It's been since the beginning of the year, high, low, high, higher low, high, still equal low. Higher high, higher low, finally made a higher high, higher low, but now it's making a lower high at this level right here. And now it broke below this structural zone and level, and so now I'm waiting for a retest to continue down. Once we get a retest of this level, I'm going to set an alert. Once we get a retest of this level, we're going to sell back down 350 pips to fill this imbalance and to retest these lows. Let's move on to AJ. We have a couple of varieties of things we can see with AJ this week. It's been strong bullish. But at the end of the week last week, we seen this big bearish confirmation. Once this happened, came right back down to this support level right here. So at this zone, we either want to see a spike underneath here for a buy back up to the top, or a break, a retest to come back down to this level. Now we have two imbalance zones that needs filling. These two areas right here definitely need price to come all the way back down. So we can see in the next few weeks price coming back all the way back down to 86.000. But for this week, let's play the markets like they are, and we'll pay attention, because this gave us bearish confirmation. Let's fib it. Let's zoom in. See a little more clearer. Right here, this line of more or less 95,000 is our right between our 61 point and our 78.6. So once we see price retrace to this level, we'll put our stop right above 78.6. Then we'll put our take profit right down here. So we will have a 1 to 10 risk to reward with a 400 pip take profit and a 40 pip stop loss. So what we will do is, because this is a nice buy opportunity right here, 165 pips. Once we see price structure change, maybe above this zone right here, we'll mark this as our no trade level. So that's a no trade zone. So once we see price actually break above this area, change structure a little bit, retest this, and we'll come back down up to this level. Once we come back up to this level, we'll be looking to sell this whole thing back down to fill up all this imbalance. And of course, at this zone, we will watch to see if we get another retracement or it continues to fall. GJ at the end of last week totally fell for us. Once we had inflation news, once again, all this is stemming off of inflation news for us. We can actually see price retrace back up to this level and fill this whole imbalance that it left us. Or we can see it continues to fall all the way back down. Can get all the way back down to 158 level this week possibly. But we will wait to see a full break of this uptrend line, and we'll also see if it's going to retrace for us, break above this level, retest, fill this imbalance before price drains. Markets are opening, spreads are high, so you'll have spikes, you'll have all kind of different things playing out right now until the markets actually work itself out. We could see price just make a correction leg and then drop on us. So gotta be paying attention to all this. Gotta be paying attention to different time zones to make sure we get the best trade. EJ, we wanted to take a sell after it broke this line, came back up and retested, but now price is actually making it's a nice pattern. Making us a nice triangle right here. So we will see exactly what happens if it comes back in to fill this resistance, if it breaks out to fill this up, or if price actually breaks back above to go back up. At this moment in time, we're not even going to touch EJ. We'll just wait until one of these areas or zones get broken. NJ, we finished off the week strong. Finished off this trade of 1.486 risk reward, 170 pips. We will see if it retraces back up to this consolidation area of structure that we've seen. It make for a few days before it just fell. Now it is at the bottom of this support zone right here. It's at this support zone for us. And what we will do is we will wait to see if markets want to break below, retest and drop, or if it wants to retrace for us up to this area before falling again. We'll let structure change and everything else. We have a couple of different areas right here that we can target. But these are just imbalance areas, structure areas that all price needs to fill. If we do break down and retest this zone right here, we will have a $280 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss, which is a 1 in 7. risk reward ratio right now. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a retracement of this zone, possibly this level right here, and then we can fall, or a clear break of this support, a retest as resistance, and then a fall. CHF-JPY isn't really clear. It's not in really any structure areas. We have this one small zone right here. It does have a gap that needs to fill, so we might actually see it come back up before it continues to fall. Once again, we have this whole area that it needs to fill. CAD-JPY. We was in a buy from this area. It dropped down. I'm waiting to see if we reject from here, from this area, since it is a small area support, or if we will continue to fall, come back and then retest this zone. It's too early to tell due to market and spreads and everything. But saying by tomorrow or Tuesday, we'll be able to know which direction CAD-JPY wants to go. GPP-AUD. We caught this nice buy once it retraced into the inverted head and shoulders. Price started playing around. Now it's going a little sideways. We are either waiting for a retracement of this area to go back long, or waiting for a rally and a break above this consolidation before we go long to fill this imbalance zone right here. We are long on GA due to this reversal pattern, and the retest was perfect and a re-rally. So we're waiting for one more retest or just a rally above the 178 area to take it all the way up to the 1.83 area. If we take it all the way from here to here, it's a 480 pip target. $40 pip stop loss. It's roughly a 1 to 12 risk reward ratio. EUR price broke out of this resistance, retested a small area, so we're waiting for a solid pullback at this moment to come back into this zone to retest this level of breakout. Once it retests this structure level and the 61.8 of the fib, let's put us a little alert. We'll be buying it all the way up for 420 pips with, once again, 40 pip stop loss, which will give us right at a 1.10.5. Euro CAD, we're massively downtrend. Price broke underneath this structure level and this zone. Came back up, seeing if it wants to retest this high. If it retests this high right here in resistance, we'll get into another sell to the downside. GCAD, same thing. We're in a sell. It started playing around, coming up. Now it's going sideways. So we will see what price wants to do back at this zone, this area of the 1.63500 zone for another sell. Or we're going to watch to see if price breaks above to come back up to the top. Once again, price isn't in no interest of me at this point right here. So we'll just be waiting. We'll see exactly what it's going to do. But as you see, we're sell biased. But right now price is going sideways. So we will leave that one alone until one of these two things happen. We'll set an alert right here so it can let us know. AUD CAD did not come back up into our area, our zone, to retest the support or the golden zone of the fib. So it broke to the 38.6 and it dropped for us. It's actually dropped out of the channel that it was in. So we'll be watching for a retracement from the top of here, the bottom of here. So this level is our 61.8. Once it retests the zone, we'll get into another sell. Just like that. We will be watching for a full retracement and a possible break of this area. AUD's pretty strong. NZD CHF, we was looking at an inverted head and shoulders last week. Price shot up on us, but when it came back to retest, it just drained. Now since it drained, broke this structure level right here for us. Now we're going to look for a retest of the breakout of support back down to this zone of resistance. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Broke above, never came back to fill. So we'll see exactly what happens once price reaches back to the 63,800 zone, and we're going to sell back down to the 62,500. And that's all we're looking at this week. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, ask any questions, comment, and everything else. We appreciate y'all. Thanks.